Imagine you're out with your family and the unthinkable happens. A horde of zombies is headed right at you. They could eat all of your brains, or worse, you or one of your loved ones could become infected. We don't know when the zombie apocalypse will start, only that it will. We must prepare now. By watching this video, you will have a fighting chance to survive the zombie apocalypse, or Z-Day. If humanity is to survive, we must prepare for the zombie apocalypse now. For this reason, we must learn everything we can about zombies. Second, we must learn how to kill zombies and not get infected. First, I'd like to tell you about myself. I've watched every zombie movie I could get my hands on since I was a teenager. I've also played a lot of zombie video games. Here's an early one right here. Now lately, all the shows on TV about 2012 and the end of the world made me think to myself, could zombies be involved? So I decided to do some research. I was shocked at what I found, and now I want to wake up everyone I can. That is why I made this video, so I could educate people about zombies and Z-Day, teach people how to kill zombies and not get infected, and tips on surviving the Z-Day and rebuilding society. Let me tell you about zombies. The word zombie comes from Haiti. Voodoo priests would zombify people and then put them to work in their sugar plantations. NASA even funded, in 1980s, the Harvard Zombie Project, seeking a form of suspended animation for spaceflight. NASA wondered if the zombification in Haiti was caused by some distinct neurotoxin from that region. Also, in Haiti, zombification is a crime, which is considered murder under Haitian Penal Code Act Article 246. Now, the local interpretation of this crime is that it's either poisoning or sorcery. What is a zombie? I got a picture of one right here. It's not pretty. A zombie is an animated corpse that generally feeds on the living, and their favorite thing to eat is brains. How do you become a zombie? From contamination or infection. Say you survive an attack from a zombie, but you're wounded or bit. You've just been infected with the zombie virus. Now this virus will kill you, and then you will turn into a zombie. Whereas in Haiti, voodoo priests, they think use poisoning, which would be a form of contamination. But some people do think it is sorcery. Now that I've told you what zombies are, which is hard to fathom, but sadly this is only half the story. The dead returning to life to feed on the living can only be an indication of one thing. Now I will address the apocalypse. There are many signs that the apocalypse is near. Nostradamus predictions, birds falling from the sky, large amounts of fish dying globally, earthquakes, floods, and the Mayan calendar, which ends December 21st, 2012. Earlier, I told you I was a huge zombie movie fan. But I noticed the closer we get to 2012, that zombie apocalypse movies are everywhere. And I'll give you some examples. I mean, here's an early... This is like the first major big breakout zombie movie in 1968. Now, there wasn't a follow-up to this until 11 years later with Dawn of the Dead. These were low-budget, no big actors. But now, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 zombie movies coming out a year. And then it's not only that, they're in a lot of other popular culture too. They're in music. Here's Rob Zombie. This is a popular act. Look, the guy's dressed up like a zombie. Video games. And now movies are PG. There's PG zombie movies. Now, this wasn't the case in the past. And Walking Dead. This was on basic cable for everybody to see. This was just on the TV. This made me start to wonder if the government was using the media to leak information about the zombie apocalypse. This is called predictive programming. Predictive programming is a form of psychological conditioning through media to acquaint the public with societal changes, lessening public commotion. The last thing the government and the elite want is a mass global panic. There is no way that the U.S. or any government is going to announce an impending Z-Day. They have massive deep underground military bases, known as DUMBs or DUMBs, for the top head of state and military brass. And the super rich have similar facilities. So we have to learn how to survive and thrive on our own. Now, a mathematical modeling of the outbreak of the zombie fiction showed the zombie outbreak is likely to lead to the collapse of civilization unless it is dealt with quickly. This is according to Muntz et al. Paper. So now I'm going to demonstrate what to do, because we're on our own. Now, Zombieland was a PG movie, which is good because we want the kids to survive too. But it had a lot of good tips in case of zombie apocalypse. One of the first one was cardio. If you didn't have good cardio, you were going to die. All the smokers and the people who were out of shape died quickly in the movie. Another one was to limber up. The last thing you want to do is to cramp while you're running for a zombie. The next thing you know, they're having you for lunch. And one of the most important things is how to kill a zombie. The only way to kill a zombie, say I shoot a zombie, but I just wound him. That's not going to do anything. You can cut a zombie in half and he'll crawl at you with his arms trying to get at you. The only way to kill a zombie is to take off his head or blow his brains out. So when you wound a zombie, you got to go in and take off the head. And that's called a double tap. Woo! I'm ready. You zombies ready? I'm ready. So now, we're going to zombie tap to survive. In conclusion, zombies are flesh-eating undead. How many indicators do you need? The Mayan calendar, underground bases, and the mass push by the media to push zombies as predictive programming? What are you waiting for? A zombie to bite you? Wake up! We have to take action now if the human race will survive Z-Day. Now, if you're out with your family and see a horde of zombies, you should know what to do from watching this video. But there's more to do. But remember, we're in this together. Please send questions and comments to my email, zday@psych.com. I don't plan on turning into a flesh-eating zombie. Serious people, please contact me. We need to organize now before the outbreak. No one knows how much time is left.